Hey guys!
And gals!
Today we will have a look at the hardware version of Freak from Vult, which is a digital stereo filter with many filter types to choose from, and a few other surprises like a low pass gate, a distortion, folding, bit crushing model, and even a comp filter. We will start with a short overview and then have a look at some examples. So what we have here, we have stereo inputs, but when sending a mono signal to the left channel like I'm doing here, it will be normaled also to the right channel. We have controls for the drive, which is the input gain, cutoff and resonance. So I have here a voice coming from VCV. Let's have a listen. I will take the drive a bit up and open the cutoff. Doing some resonance. It will also, in this model, specific model, it will also self-oscillate. Very nice, and also later we will use also the neutron and the O-coast and see how they sound like with Freak. And we have also attenuverters for the drive, resonance and cutoff, but also attenuverters for each channel. So here, for example, I have sample and hold coming out of VCV. I have here the expert slippers ES3 and ES6 to send signals back and forth from and to VCV rack. So I have here sample and hold. Let's send this to the cutoff point and modulate it. Very nice. Now here we have the screen where we can see all the different models, and to the left we have the function button. With it we can change between the models. So let's go one model forward, let's say, to a different type of filter. And here on the right we have the select button, so we can change between different modes of the filter. So here, for example, we have low pass. Now we have high pass, then we have band pass, and then again low pass, but for each model there are different modes. There's also notch and also different slopes. There is also a dual mode, which allows us to use two different models, two different filters for each of the channels. But let's really start with the first model and see how it sounds like. Okay, so the first model is called Tangents, and it's modeled after the Steiner Parker filter. And actually there are three variations of it here on Freak, which will have different feedback settings. Now I have a sequence in VCV rack sequencing the neutron. Now the neutron is patched in such a way that it's bypassing its own filter, the delay, the overdrive. I'm just sending one oscillator to the VCA and from there to Freak. So let's have a listen. I will just take the drive up and also open the cutoff. So again, this is Tangents. Let's add some resonance. This will also self-oscillate. So this is the first one, the first version of the Steiner Parker filter. There is another one. Again, by clicking the function button, I go to the next model. Oh yeah. And another one, which is called the Evil Steiner Parker. Okay, now each of them has also three modes. So this is, in this case, band pass, we have low pass, and we have high pass. Let's go back to low pass. And now again I'm sending one oscillator to freak, so it's going to the left channel, to channel A. It will be normal also to channel B. And since we have two attenuators, one for each channel, one for channel A and one for channel B, we can modulate the cutoff point of each channel separately and create this nice stereo effect. So in this Eurorack I have sample and hold going here to outputs 3 and 4 on the ES3. So I will send this to both channels, to first of all to channel A, and this will be on your left if you are with headphones. Oh yeah. So now this sample and hold is modulating channel A, and I will take a different sample and hold and modulate channel B and open the attenuator. Let's go to bandpass now, just for fun. So again, this is a mono signal, but it's being modulated differently on each channel. And in VCV again, just for fun, I have here some delay from the chronoblob. Oh yeah. Some reverb. I have here a nice bass drum, another module from Vult. Oh yeah. Let's go to high pass. Very nice. Okay, so this was the first model. Let's move on to the next one. So the next model is called Lateralus, and it's a hybrid of a diode and transistor ladder filter, and it features 4 different slope options. So again, I'm using this Eurorack to sequence the neutron. In this case, we have both oscillators of the neutron going directly to freak. Again, they are bypassing the filter, the delay, and the overdrive. So they are going directly to the filter. Let's have a listen to this. In this case, it's a 6 dB slope, so 1 pole ladder filter. Again, add some resonance. Oh yeah. So this is a 1 pole ladder filter. Now we have a 4 pole one, so 24 dB slope. Oh yeah. We have also 3 pole. And 2 pole. And again, now we have 2 signals going to A and B. I'm sending pulse waves, and I'm modulating also the pulse width of the pulse waves. But still we can modulate each channel separately. So in this Eurorack I have the black octa source from Erica Synths, and it's sending 3 different phases of the LFO to the ES3. So let's take one to channel A, modulate channel A. Let's close the cutoff a bit. Again, this is on your left if you have headphones on. Now let's take another output to modulate channel B. And now what we can do, we can still modulate the global cutoff point for both channels together. So I will take another output and modulate the cutoff point, the global cutoff point. Let's close it this time. Very nice. In VCV-Rack we can add some reverb, just for fun. Reverb is life. And I have also a nice bass line here going. Let's go to the 4-pole filter again. So 24 dB slope. Add some resonance. Oh yeah. I have also a nice pad here in VCV-Rack. Let's add it also. Also the LFO. Very nice, so this was the ladder filter. Okay, so this model is called Nurage, and it's a low-pass gate which also simulates the vectoral behavior. So here in VCV-Rack I have two Blick oscillators which are also from Vult going directly to Freak. So let's have a listen to this. This is the filter itself. There's also a nice amount of resonance here. Oh yeah. Very nice. Okay, so what I have here in VCV, another thing I have here is the gate sequencer from Starlink Via, which is also available as hardware. And this is a sort of a Euclidean trigger or gate sequencer, and it's sending two gates to the ES3 here. You can see it's coming out of outputs 3 and 4. So let's send them one to each of the channels. So we'll take one to channel A. Let's close the cutoff also all the way, and we will let the gates open the cutoff point, and because of the vectoral behavior it will have a sort of a slew. And then another gate to channel B. Let's take the drive a bit up, and now we can open the attenuverters. This is the left one. Oh yeah. This is the right one. So now the gate sequencer is gating both channels. We can add a nice resonance here also. Oh yeah. Very nice. Now what I have here also in VCV, I have the same voice going also through another Freak, the VCV-Rack version of Freak, the same filter, and it's going through a high-pass tangents, and this is going through chronoblob again, delay and reverb, just to add another layer to the high frequencies. So let's add this voice also. Oh yeah. Oh man. And I have here also tremor from, again, Vult, which is a bass drum and noise module. So let's add a nice kick drum. Oh yeah. And a nice hi-hat. And I have here also another sequence from the FM operators here. Let's add this also. Oh yeah. Oh man! Okay, so this was Nurage. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so now I want to show you the dual mode on the Freak. I have here the O-Cost from Make Noise, and it's going to the left input of Freak, and Freak is set to dual mode. On the left channel I have Ferox, which is modeled after the CMOS filter, and it has some extra distortion when going beyond 12 o'clock with the drive control. And on the right channel of Freak I have the Rescomb filter, which is a resonant comb filter. So what I'm doing, I'm sending the O-Cost to channel A, and then from output A I'm going back to channel or to input B, and from output B we will get our sound. So the O-Cost is going first through Ferox and then back again through Rescomb, so we get two different filters in the same module. Now the controls, the attenuverters will be the controls for the second filter, in this case again Rescomb. So the drive attenuverter will control the input gain to Rescomb. The cutoff attenuverter will control the frequency of the filter, and the resonance will control the feedback amount of Rescomb, and the other controllers will control the Ferox filter. So let's add some drive to the Ferox filter. Let's open also the cutoff a bit, and now add some drive to Rescomb, and we will get some sound. And again, beyond 12 o'clock we get nice distortion or extra distortion. Oh yeah. And now we can control the feedback amount of Rescomb. So let's add some feedback to the delay and change the frequency. This is Rescomb. Oh yeah. And of course we can still modulate everything. So for example, input A will modulate the cutoff point of the filter of Ferox. So let's take sample and hold again from VCV and send it to input A, and now the attenuverter, with the attenuverter we can control this modulation. And we can also modulate, for example, the frequency of Rescomb. This will go to input B. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But there are sometimes some nice sweet spots here, so we can look for them. Let's take the feedback a bit up. Oh yeah. Again, some extra distortion. Now in VCV I have it going to a delay and a reverb. The wet is all the way down, so we hear just the dry signal, but let's add some delay and some reverb. Yeah. Yes, I have another sequence here in VCV, so let's activate also the sequencer, a few FM operators. Okay, very nice. So this was Ferox and Rescomb in dual mode. Okay, so the next model is called Vortex, which is modeled after the circuit found in the Polyvox synthesizer. It has two modes, low pass and band pass. In this case we are in band pass. I have here the O-Coast, producing a sort of a drone being modulated from VCV-Rack with a few LFOs. And it's going directly to Freak. And let's have a listen to this. I will take the drive up. Oh yeah. And this model, when you take the drive even higher, it becomes warm and fuzzy. Oh yeah. And again, this is in band pass mode. Let's add some resonance. If you take the resonance all the way up, oh yeah, there are some sweet spots that you will get this nice effect. Let's see if I can find them. Oh man, this is warm. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, now of course we can also again modulate each channel separately, so I have two more LFOs from VCV-Rack. Let's send one to input A and modulate the left channel, and let's send another one to input B, modulate the right channel. Oh yeah, now the sound will move from left to right. This is really nice with some delay and reverb, so here in VCV let's add some delay and some reverb. Oh man. Oh baby. nice. I have also another short sequence in VCV just to add to the atmosphere. Let's add it also. And also here I'm using the Freak version of the VCV version of Freak. Very nice. Okay, so this was Vortex. Okay, so here we go back to dual mode. In this case, I'm sending the oscillators of the neutron to two different filters. So the first filter is called Stabile, which is a state variable filter with three modes: low pass, band pass, and high pass. And the second oscillator is going through Unstabile, which is a circuit bent version of Stabile with some extra crunch. And Stabile in this case is in low pass mode and Unstabile is in high pass mode. So let's have a listen again. The oscillators are not going through the neutron's filter, delay, or overdrive. They are going through two VCAs and then directly to Freak. So this will be Stabile. Some resonance. Oh yeah. Now let's listen to Unstabile. So again, the attenuators become the controls for the second filter. So let's take the drive up. And again, Unstabile is in high pass. And some resonance. Oh yeah. And those two together. So again, two different oscillators with two different sequences are going to two different filters on Freak. Okay, in VCV, let's add some reverb just for fun. Oh yeah. Also, the sequences come from Eurorack. I have also some drums in VCV, let's activate them. Oh yeah! And I have also another sequence. Let's listen to this. Oh yeah. Here I can control the VCAs also. Okay, very nice. Those were Stabile and Unstabile. So here we have the Vorg filter, which is modeled after the filter of the MS-20, and there are two modes, low pass and high pass. And what I'm doing here, I'm again using dual mode and sending a voice from VCV-Rack into a high pass Vorg filter, and then sending it back into another Vorg filter, this time low pass. So I have the voice going through a high pass filter and then a low pass filter, both are Vorg. So it sounds like this. This will be the high pass and this is the low pass. Again, the attenuators will control the second filter. This is the voice from VCV-Rack. Again, this is a high pass, going to a low pass, and we can create this really nice high pass to low pass effect. So let's take the resonance of the high pass filter all the way up and add some grit to the sound by selecting the nice frequency here. Some resonance also to the low pass, again with the attenuator. Okay, what I have here in VCV-Rack, I have here another freak filter, the VCV-Rack version, set also to Vorg high pass, and I'm sending the same voice also to it, and this is going to delay and reverb. So let's add this voice also, so just the high frequencies will go to a delay and reverb. Oh yeah, let's see. Man. Another thing we can do, I have here an envelope in VCV-Rack, and it's going here from output 2. It's going out of here, so I can send it to the cutoff point of the second filter of the low pass filter. So this will be input B. Now let's take the cutoff down and open the attenuator for the modulation. Oh yeah. So now this envelope is modulating the cutoff point of the low pass filter. What we can also do with the high pass filter, we can send noise, white noise to it. So I have again from VCV-Rack I have white noise going to output 3 here. So let's send it. Let's send this to input A. So this will be the cutoff point of filter 1, which is the Vorg high pass. Let's open the attenuator. Add some white noise to everything. Oh yeah. Add even more grit. Oh man! And I have here in VCV another voice going also to a delay and reverb and also through clouds. Let's add this also. yes, oh yes, oh yes. Okay, so this was the Vorg filter. Okay, so here we have a special model, Debriatus, which is a wave destructor. And in this case, we have a bit crusher going into a wave folder, and from there to saturation. And there is also a mode with distortion instead of bit crushing. But for now, we will stay with the bit crusher. In Eurorack, I have a drum loop, which will sound like this. Very nice. Now it's going into Freak, again on Debriatus. And in this case, the resonance will control the bit crushing, the cutoff will control the folding amount, and the drive will control the saturation. So let's start adding some destruction to the sound. Oh yeah. Let's fold it. Oh man. And add some saturation. Oh yeah. And of course we can also modulate all three. So I have here sample and holds coming out of Eurorack. Let's start with modulating the bit crushing, which is the resonance. So this will go to the resonance CV input. Let's take it all the way down and then open the attenuator. Let's take everything down for a second. Oh yeah. Now let's modulate the cutoff point, which is the folding amount. So this will go to the main cutoff CV input. Oh yeah. Now we can modulate the saturation also. So here another sample and hold going to the drive CV input, which is again in this case saturation. Let's open the attenuator. Oh yeah. Now again, also here we have two channels, so we can modulate the cutoff for each channel separately, and the cutoff in this case is folding amount. So let's take the sample and hold out of the main cutoff CV input, and let's send it to channel A, which is the left channel. So this will modulate just the left channel, the folding amount of the left channel. And I will send another sample and hold to the right channel, to channel B. And again, open the attenuator. Oh yeah. So now the folding amount is being modulated separately on each channel by a different sample and hold. Very cool. In Eurorack I have also some bass. And also a nice melody. Hopefully it's nice. Oh man, okay, so this was Debriatus again, Wave Destructor. Okay, so this is the last model for now. There will be also other models added in the future. This one is called Boomstick, and it's modeled after a Sallen-Key filter. And for now it has only a low pass mode. But what I have here, I'm again in dual mode. And on the left channel, on the A channel, I have self-oscillating tangents. So the resonance is all the way up and there is nothing coming in the input, and it will follow 1 volt per octave. So here in this Eurorack I have a sequence going and it will sound like this. So this is the self-oscillating tangents. I can add also some delay to it, just for fun. And now what I'm doing in VCV rack, I'm sending the same voice to the VCV version of Debriatus, and I'm saturating and folding the wave a bit, and this is coming back to Freak, to the second channel, and here I have Boomstick. So this saturated voice is going through a Boomstick low pass filter. So let's have a listen to this. And let's open the drive, again with the attenuverters. Now I can close the cutoff. Add some resonance. So this is Boomstick, a very basic filter, low pass filter. Let's add some reverb to this. I will take the dry all the way out and add only the wet signal. Oh yeah. So again I have two different filters, one on each channel, which is quite handy. Okay, and that was it for today. This was the Freak filter. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you enjoy what I do, consider becoming a Patreon. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and hit the bell. And have a good one.